Alright, Final Fight is finally getting action figures for their three main characters, Guy, Cody, and Hagar. If you remember back in 92, 93, I think it was 93, Hasbro released an action figure line for Street Fighter 2, another Capcom arcade title, that was in the 3 3/4 inch style, particularly known for being what G.I. Joe is, the everyday G.I. Joe, not the newer 6, 7, 8 inch, whatever they are, and all this stuff, you know, which, I mean, I know those are closer to the original 60s or 70s, but anyway, the G.I. Joe everybody knows, or most fans know, is 3 3/4 inch tall, or around there. And that's what Hasbro released the original Street Fighter 2 toy line at. It seems a new company is making a Final Fight line of action figures in that same style, 3 3/4 inch tall. There's a lot of hate in the toy community right now and everything about why did they choose that, and I think this is why. And also it's cheaper. It's, I mean, less plastic. I mean, obviously it's going to be cheaper. The point is, we're getting Final Fight action figures. So if you're a fan of Final Fight and you want to play Final Fight versus Street Fighter versus G.I. Joe, you can. There's a ton of other action figures and such on the market in the past and today that are in that similar size range. So I mean, it's like there's a lot of options here. And one thing that does concern me though is there's none of the enemies have received an action figure, at least not yet. Of the three that we do know about right now, kind of a hybrid. I mean, they're the smaller figures, but they're a hybrid in that they have stuff that the larger figures usually have, and the smaller ones don't. That is interchangeable heads. I mean, each figure comes at least one head, or excuse me, two heads. You know, one on the figure, obviously, but one extra, or at least one extra set of hands, and at least one weapon. Kind of interesting because you don't really see that kind of option with this scale of figure. Yeah. Also, there's apparently 20, almost 20, or around 20 points of articulation. We'll talk about posability. The only thing is, these are only going to be available in China, second quarter of 2024. They're going to retail for about 23 bucks. That's before you pay for import duties and all this stuff. So looking at, you know, eBay and the 90s Street Fighter 2 figures going for about 55 to 80 bucks. That's probably what these are going to cost you if you decide to import these. So let me know in the comments below. Are you going to wait for these to come out domestically, or are you going to go ahead and import them and be the first on the block, so to speak?